Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Andrea Milligan. I will be taking over the creative writing class from Miss McCoy. You may or may not know that Miss McCoy is one of our lead teachers, and as such she has a lot of administrative duties to take care of in addition to teaching her regular English classes. So the class was offered to me, and I love teaching creative writing, so I decided to take over the class for Miss McCoy. Some of you I have had in class before. When you were in 8th grade, I had you in English, and maybe I had you in journalism last year. But anyway, I'm super excited to be your teacher. If you look on the board, you see the ways that you can contact me if you need help. My phone number is there. My email is there, or if you want to come and see me during office hours, do so. You can see my office hours on the board. You should also see the Class Connect invite on your schedule. If not, if you don't see it on your schedule, let me know. But I think I've added everyone to receive an invitation to that. But of course, these are optional. If you're doing fine, don't need any help, you don't have to come to office hours at all. Also, just to let you know, I live in North Alabama. I do have 4 dogs and 2 cats, so sometimes you may hear a stray bark or something like that in the background. It's just one of my dogs being silly. So a few other things I wanted to go over with you before I talk about an assignment that you have due. So let's take a look at September. You can see that I have made some changes from what Miss McCoy had. Basically what I did is I have sort of stretched out the due date for some of your assignments, so you have a little more time to work on them. You will also notice that most weeks you have a work day on Mondays and Fridays, which means normally you have lessons on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of that. Another thing I wanted to let you know is I do not require rough drafts to be turned in a separate Dropbox. In the past, students have normally didn't want to turn in a rough draft, and when I did, I usually didn't find a difference between the rough draft and the final product. That being said, if you do want some feedback before you turn in your final product, please let me know or come to Live Help and I'll go over it with you. In the past, it just has not been beneficial for students to turn in rough drafts. But again, if you want feedback, come and let me know. Also, please note that there are some assignments that will be optional for you, that will be extra credit. So if you look here, I don't know if you can see at the bottom of my screen, on October 2nd, you have a self-reflection that you could do if you wanted to. It is optional. It is for extra credit, not required. Okay, so just pay attention to what is on your schedule. This course, for me, is set up a little bit differently than some of my other courses, but if we need to change something along the way, then we'll do that. I wanted to spend just a minute to talk about your short story description. It's not due until later on this month, but I do want to go ahead and go over that with you. Several of you have already turned it in. I've only looked at a couple. I have not graded any. However, here is what I'm looking for. This is exactly what the assignment says. I want you to do 3 paragraphs. 1, 2, 3. I want a paragraph describing your character. You can answer these questions. I mean, they don't have to be, I would like complete sentences, but what you can do is you can say name, then you can put their name, physical description, what they look like, personality. This does not have to be a formal written essay. I'm not looking for that. Normally, I would say that you have to use complete sentences. For this, you do not. Please just give me a list of details, okay? It doesn't have to be complete sentences. I don't want the whole story. The second paragraph, I want just briefly describe the plot. What is the conflict? Every good story has a conflict. If not, we would not have a story, right? Then I want a paragraph explaining the point of view that you chose. Did you choose first person or third person? What is the tone? How do you want your readers to feel after reading about your experience? Let me caution you for just a minute. Most of the stories I get are very vague. Okay, very general. So I want you to make sure that you choose a very specific story. not broad general things, very specific, okay? You don't have a lot of space. I do not want a story that's longer than 500 to 1,000 words. That sounds like a lot, right? It's really not. 500 words is about 2 pages. And I will give you some more details on how I want the story to be formatted a little bit later. So, when you are doing the 2.03 short story description, if I don't see it just like this, I'm going to say, please resubmit. So, save yourself a lot of time and just do it this way, because I don't have a lot of time to wade through details because I need to get some feedback to you on this. So, please make sure that you follow these instructions to do your 2.03 short story description. One thing I wanted to remind you of is that I am required to enter zeros each Monday for work not completed the previous week. So if you go to bed Friday night and you have an A and then you come back Monday morning and you have a D, well, it's probably because maybe you forgot to do something that had to enter a 0. Also, please remember that you have up to 3 attempts on quizzes. Please take advantage of those attempts. Now, if for some reason it won't let you take 3 attempts, please let me know. It just means that I have to change something that maybe Miss McCoy forgot to do. Okay? So I want you to do well on the quizzes. Take advantage of your 3 opportunities. Okay, everybody, this is all I could think of right now. I'm sure as the days go on, I may think of something else. Please look for new recordings from me every Monday. If something is confusing to you, have questions, please always watch the week's video, because maybe I have answered the question in the video. Okay, and please, these are going to be assigned, so please make sure that you do that. Okay, watch the video. Again, if you have questions, there's my contact information, and let's make it a good semester. See ya!